Hugh Jackman's ex-wife, Deborah Furness, is breaking her silence on his betrayal of their 30-year divorce. Meanwhile, the bitter truth behind Taylor Swift's absence from the AMAs may also have been revealed. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and who do you think is going to connect through both of these stories? Take a guess down in the comments below. The real reason Taylor Swift couldn't attend the AMAs, and Hugh Jackman's divorce, the betrayal, etc. There is a celebrity power couple that is going to be mentioned in both stories. But first, let's go through this breaking news, this update. Deborah Furness, they were together 30 years. They have 2 children together. Now, again, I'm not here to judge. It's not my business. I've been divorced. Many of you have been divorced. Many have been unfaithful, sadly. It happens. Relationships break down. I'm not here to judge that. But I do have some commentary I want to add. So Deborah Furness now is revealing what we all sort of assumed, a betrayal, taking a jab at Hugh Jackman as she breaks the silence. She took a swipe at her estranged husband, Hugh Jackman, amid the flurry of rumors that he cheated on her with current girlfriend Sutton Foster, who he's now was on Broadway with. Following her decision to officially file for divorce from the Deadpool Wolverine star, announcing their separation, she addressed her heartbreak in an exclusive statement in this Daily Mail article. "My heart and compassion goes out to everyone who has traversed the traumatic journey of betrayal. It's a profound wound that cuts deep. However, I believe in a higher power and that the God, universe, whatever you relate to as your guidance, is always working for us. This belief has helped me navigate the breakdown of an almost 3-decade marriage. I've gained much knowledge and wisdom through this experience. Even when we are presented with apparent adversity, it is leading us to our greatest good, our true purpose. It can hurt, but in the long run, returning to yourself and living within your own integrity," another little swipe, "values and boundaries," another little swipe, "is liberation and freedom." Now, again, they had a long history. This is sad when that kind of breaks down. It sadly happens, but it does. She concluded her statement with the one thing that she has learned, which is that none of this is personal. We are all on our own individual journeys, and I believe that the relationships in our lives are not random. We are drawn to people. We invite them in order to learn our lessons and to recognize and heal the broken parts of ourselves. I remain grateful. Look, interesting thing. Like I feel like she's being incredibly respectful, given clearly a betrayal. The betrayal could just be we were going to be together forever, which is what the narrative has been out there. It doesn't necessarily prove that they were cheating. Many insiders still believe there. But as here was a quote: "When they got married, they thought it would be forever. Who doesn't? At the time, neither of them expected Hugh's career to get as enormous as it is. Because there was no prenup, he made a fortune during the marriage. The divorce is not going to be cut and dry." This was reporting from a while ago. It has finally been resolved. But there was a lot of that where they thought it was going to be messy. Things were going to need to be worked out. There was huge amounts of money involved, and without a prenup and her being there throughout pretty much the whole relationship, she gets to get her share. They both wanted to make this as easy as possible, but after the 3 decades and one partner becoming a massive A-list star, it's not always quite that easy, which is expected. It's nice to hear that they did finally figure out how to resolve this. In March, the divorce was brewing, but they struggled to reach an agreement on how to divide their assets. Hugh and Deborah not yet filed for divorce because they're struggling to reach an agreement to divide the assets. Deborah feels entitled to more money than Hugh is willing to offer. And that's always a fight. How much does she actually deserve? Well, she was there through it all, Hugh, so you got to give her a share. But, how much should she really get? Is it really her work? What else does she do? Is she bringing her own income in? There's a lot of these questions, as we've learned through Christopher Melcher and how divorce goes, especially celebrity divorce. There are calculations and agreements that are made. And for the sake of kids and just being sane, usually you just figure out how to do it. Be fair and share assets, share kids. Her instances of getting a bigger chunk of their estimated fortune was said to be fueled by the murky origins of his romance with Foster. While he didn't physically cheat with Sutton, Deborah believes they were having an emotional affair, and she feels he betrayed her. It started to fall apart during COVID, as previously reported, when Jackman struck up a relationship with Foster back in 2020. And then they starred together in 2022 on the Music Man. She was married to Ted Griffin at the time. Griffin and Foster are also in the midst of getting a divorce. So It's just odd. I didn't realize they had struck up this relationship before they were in the Music Man together. Then they're in the Music Man together, and then suddenly all goes south. Now, I have a theory on this. I mean, the theory is clearly the relationship didn't work. It happens. I'm not going to shade Hugh for that. You guys can do that on your own. I've been there. Things happen. Things go south. And I don't see him bashing her publicly. Kudos. Clearly, he did do something wrong, or he fell out of love, or whatever happened. And they're clearly trying to address it. She's even acknowledging, I'm grateful for the experience. Good. What makes all this complicated is the Blake and Ryan of it all. They were friends with her. Here they are, premieres, etc. And Hugh was pretty adamant, became very close to Ryan when this split indeed happened. Now, my theory has always been that's why he did Wolverine again. Not because he was finally ready, not because the script was so good. He told Ryan, I'm getting divorced. It's going to get ugly. She's going to take all my assets. I need to, we need to separate, and I need to make a big chunk of cash right now to help pay for it all and rebuild my life and help my image. And Ryan was very quick to clearly take advantage of said situation, given that he always wanted to get Wolverine and Deadpool together. So I don't think this was by accident. I think this was and again, I'm not even faulting it for per se. Some of you may more than I am, or even calling it out. But they clearly picked their sides. Ryan and Blake clearly went Team Hugh. He's a bigger star. He's more valuable. Just like, look who else is there. Taylor Swift, ironically, bringing me to the next story as well. Sean Levy's been pretty quiet. I wonder what he really thinks of Blake and Ryan. I'd love to hear from him on all of this, as he's been thrusted in Ryan's new best friend, who clearly, from everything I've heard, is a stand-up guy, not trying to throw any shade. But I wonder what his honest feelings are about Ryan and Blake and their celebrity and everything else. Anyway, as I go forward, look at this. Ryan and Blake, again, using Taylor Swift and her boyfriend to get to these football tickets, to get there, get some promotion together, and again, to promote the movie. Hugh's now back out there. Yeah, no one's talking about me cheating because I'm hanging out with Taylor Swift. Because again, there's Blake using her dragons. Look, even Robin Lively got a ticket at that show. She's everywhere. I didn't realize she is like Blake's assistant, just yes manning anything that happens in that relationship. But again, here was the whole timeline. And then they showed up for Gigi Hadid, now no longer friends. Hugh Jackman's the only one who's sticking around and through it. Why? Because they helped him through the divorce. He's too tight now. That makes sense to me. Hugh's showing up at It Ends With Us. Again, doing promotion for It Ends With Us. Why? Because he's signed a deal with the devil, if you will. Yeah, let's bring it all back. You got to cover my divorce failings up and all that, so I look better. So I get it why he's the last man standing around them, and probably will be, because they clearly shared a very personal moment, and Ryan and Blake stood up and helped them. You could give them credit for that or not. But it all ties around too, because now Taylor Swift is exiting from the conversation. Please, remove me from this conversation, this narrative. And that comes down to the bitter truth behind why she wasn't at the AMAs. Many fans speculating she was going to announce Reputation, Taylor's version at the show, which no one ever really was confirming. And I didn't think that was going to happen either. But the fans can, speculate all day long. But she was breaking her record, or about to break her record at the AMAs last night. No stars really showed up. Billie Eilish blew it off. Kendrick Lamar blew it off. J-Lo showed up to promote and host. So it shows you the level that they were able to attain. I don't even mean that as a diss at J-Lo, but I kind of did. But Taylor didn't show up. Taylor wasn't there, completely blew it off. And why? Well, reports are coming in. She avoided AMAs because she didn't want to deal with the thousands of questions about Blake Lively and Insider Spilled. She now has to go dark and go hide because Blake Lively has now thrusted all this in there. And as many are reporting, it seems it's her dad. Many people have taken what I've learned and pushed harder, and are all assuming it was Taylor's dad who was the one who revealed that she was extorted by Blake's lawyers. And yeah, they don't want to deal with that right now. They're pissed at her. They don't want to deal with it. So Taylor's out there with Travis Kelce, living her life, taking a break, a much deserved break as he's prepping for the next season. They're just hanging out. There's rumors of an engagement, everything else. She's focusing on her life. She wants nothing to do with the Blake Lively drama. She's avoiding to stay out of the drama, stay out of Vegas, off the red carpets. It's all anyone wants to talk about, and Taylor's really tired of it. She's desperate to move on and does not want to keep dealing with it. After being unwittingly dragged into this, she's distancing herself from the friend. So again, all of this only reaffirming, and I don't know why the Swifties haven't turned yet. Swifties, she doesn't like Blake anymore. She's over Blake. She's in fact very mad at Blake. And I would argue you guys should be mad at Blake too, because of the way Blake spoke about her friend. It's pretty damn gross. And when you go back to it, in a way, Hugh's using her too. They're all doing this for image control. It's all a manipulation. That's what Blake and Ryan are very good at riding the celebrity status to get these big moments. And they were using their dragon, if you will, to get the photo ops and bring that. And look, we're the all-star couple. We're the best. And what's so crazy is they could have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling internet sleuths, including us included. If Blake had just not filed this lawsuit, if she had just dealt with the backlash, if she had just carried on and done what she did, it never would have gotten as bad as it's gotten. I bet you she still could have hung out with Taylor Swift. I bet you a lot of this wouldn't have fazed her as much as it now has, because she went out there and, with Ryan's benefit, trying to label Justin something that he's not. And I firmly believe it at this point with all the evidence and people I've spoken to. She did this to herself. And Ryan's so popular, I still don't think he'll ever really pay for this, as will Hugh. They'll both manage to make movies. They're still big names. But Blake's going to serve some struggling. But what's so wild is even amidst all that struggling, she's still getting work. While she's out there claiming damages, and it's so hard to get outside, in her own words, she's now promoting a new documentary for her kids. She wants something, she wants to make her kids proud. She's now narrating a new National Geographic show, Underdogs, which is ironically narrated and executive produced by Ryan Reynolds. Because again, why is Disney not fully turning on Ryan Reynolds? They have a massive big deal on 20th Century Fox, which is, I guess I forget what they called it now. Anyway, Fox, which they bought. They have a big deal with him. They can't afford to do it right now. And he's out there, of course, employing his wife so she can keep getting work. So what a mess this has all become. Again, I'm not really faulting Hugh here. I mean, yes, sure, ethically, morally, of course, this isn't right. She's hurt. I applaud her. What a professional. She's not like getting salacious and trying to destroy his life, which parents should never do when there's kids involved. It's not good. Nobody wants to read bad shit about their dad. But yeah, the infidelity, it's clear. That's what happened. She's confirming it. He's clearly not probably going to acknowledge it. But now we at least know, okay, seems like it was Hughes doing his thing, and it is what it is. It happens a lot, sadly. And I applaud her at least so for saying what she needed to say and doing it very eloquently. Bravo to Deborah Furness. She was able to sort of, throw some shade while also seemingly looking like the better person, which is a hard narrative to pull off, but she did it. What are your thoughts on all this? Who are you mad at? Who are you not? I want to hear your comments down below. Also, join us later this afternoon for our recap of day 11, I think it is, of the Diddy trial. Lots of news coming in, so hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for all alerts, smash that thumbs up as well, and let me know your thoughts on this down below. We got a lot more coming your way, so stay tuned here on Popcorn Planet.